This peach jam has all the sweet goodness of peaches and just a little dash of ginger to it, which just adds a little bit more interest to that jam itself. I was given some peaches by my sister-in-law that are a little bit overly ripe, but that's kind of perfect to use for jam. So I've already gone through and I've blanched them and peeled them, as well as pitted them and cut them in half. My next step is to cut 4 cups worth of peaches into really small pieces. As I'm going, if I find any dark bruises, I'll take those off, but the soft spots are okay. I like them to be really small because they cook soft more quickly that way. Jam is one of those things that you can use your overripe fruit for and still have it turn out nicely, so it's a nice way to use that. Now I'll add my 4 cups of chopped peaches to my pan, as well as 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice, 2 tablespoons of pectin, 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground ginger, and 1/2 of a teaspoon of butter. This is just to reduce the foaming. I'll then place these on the stove and bring them to a boil. Now that it's come to a boil, I'll add 7 cups of sugar. And I need to add this all at once, otherwise I risk burning it. And then I mix it in and I bring it back to a boil. Now that it's come to a rolling boil, which I can tell because of the fact that when I stir it continues to bubble, I'll set my timer for 1 minute. I'll continue to stir throughout that 1 minute just to make sure that I don't scorch. If you stir your jam after it comes off the stove, you'll be amazed at just how much of that foam will disappear. Now I'll fill my 1/2 pint jars up to 1/4 of an inch of headspace, which is the space from the top of the food to the top of the jar. Because the fruit tends to float to the surface, I try to make sure that I get a little bit of fruit in each of my jars. I use a clean damp cloth to wipe off the rim of my jars so that if any jam got on the edge, that it won't interfere with the seal. Then I'll place my lids and rings on until they're fingertip tight. I'm using Superb canning lids today, which are my new favorites. I've started affiliating with them because they are both American made and have really good quality. The blue seal that they have on them is super squishy and just holds really well. It's supposed to seal up to 36 months as opposed to the 18 months that my regular ball lids would do. And it also has a corrosion resistant coating on the outside, or 5 of them actually, which I like because I keep mine in my root cellar and so I have to worry about rust issues. Now I'll place these in my boiling water bath where they'll be submerged by 1 to 2 inches of water, and I'll process them for 10 minutes if I'm at sea level. I'm at 1,200 feet, so I'll go for 15, but I won't start my timer until after it starts to boil. Now that the timer is done, I'll remove the lid, turn off the heat, and let it cool for 5 minutes. I removed the jars from the canner and placed them 1 to 2 inches apart on a heat-resistant surface so that they can cool down quickly. I'll leave them there for 24 hours so that they can get a good seal. I can tell they have a good seal if the center of the lid has depressed down. If it has, then I'll remove the rings and wash them with hot soapy water and store them in a cool, dry, dark location like my pantry and use them in the next 1 to 3 years. If I have any that haven't sealed, I'll place them in the refrigerator and use them right away. So the taste tester. So you can get that peachy flavor with just a hint of the ginger. And it's a nice smooth texture. This one is a little bit softer jam, so if you want it to be a firmer set, then you'll want to add another tablespoon or 2 of pectin.